Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I apologize that I was not able to hear not only the other statements from colleagues, but particularly that of my colleague from Alaska. And I want to take this opportunity to thank him for his leadership on these issues that we both agree are critically important to the Native people of our state, and not just the Native people of our state. Because I think we recognize that our Alaska Native communities really represent of what is the heart of Alaska. And we see that come together at the annual convention at the Alaska Federation of Natives. We see it when we are out in the villages, villages that I think face some of the most difficult conditions, living conditions, anywhere in this country. When you look at the costs, when you think at the environment, when you think of the social factors that are against them, and yet there is a resilience and a strength and a beauty in these people that is to be celebrated. So I appreciate the efforts that he has made on so many of these issues, working together. We're talking about the Village Safe Families Act, something that we have been working on for a period of years now, and our staffs have shared initiative on that. He has mentioned that there has been resistance on the Republican side of the aisle. That is correct. There are those that have waited to hear the comments coming back from Department of Justice on this. We're still waiting on that, and it has made it complicated. But I have committed to him, as I have committed to Alaskans, that one of the things that we can do most certainly at this point in time is to repeal Section 910 of VAWA. Absolutely Alaska specific there, but I think an effort that goes a long way in ensuring that there is a level of equity for some of the most vulnerable. So we will certainly work on that, and I'm happy to take a look at the streamlined version that he has just mentioned. I also want to acknowledge the work of Senator Heitkamp, though. The hearing that we're having today focusing on the mental health needs of our children within Indian country. The leadership that has been demonstrated focusing on our Native children in the lower 48 as well as Alaska Natives, I think has stepped up the review to a point that I haven't seen in the times, the 12 years now that I've been serving on this committee. And I think it's because of the doggedness of the senator from North Dakota in focusing on this, and I'm pleased that we've been able to move forward that Children's Commission. We see too clearly in the statistics the impact of child abuse, of neglect, of trauma. And we see that not only with the children, but then as these children grow to be contributing members of society, to become parents, and knowing that that trauma is not limited to that instance, how that ripples across our families, how it ripples across our communities. We've got some very, very troubling statistics in Alaska. Our Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium Epidemiology Center has estimated that 75% of Alaska Native people have experienced adverse childhood experiences. Senator Begich was with us in Fairbanks last year at the AFN convention when a group of young people from the village of Tanana took to the center stage of a convention of 4,000 or 5,000 people and basically said, we've had enough. We are tired of adults who are abusive. We are tired of the drinking. We are tired of the drugs. We are tired of adults who are not role models. We are tired of the violence. And when it takes our young people to shame the grown-ups into action, we darn well better be paying attention. So I thank those that have joined us, those that have traveled far. Ms. Barner, thank you. I also recognize we're going to have a whole series of votes, so I don't know how we're going to get through this critically important hearing and get all the information out on the table, but I thank you for having it, Mr. Chairman.